Then what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 pieces of tape that come down through the bottom of the arch that I like to think of it as it's mimicking the plantar fascia, but what it's actually doing is when the patient stands up, it's stopping the forefoot from dorsiflexing on the rear foot, which is then essentially elongating the plantar fascia. So I start on the medial side and we sit the first piece of tape under the first, and then I'm just going to pull that, you can feel that pulling down a little bit, so I'm just going to pull that down a little bit through there, particularly because she's got, this patient's got more of a high arch foot that we do want to plantar flex the first ray a little bit. And the second piece of tape just goes in the middle. So again, holding it at the top, just pulling down a little bit and sticking it on the bottom, and then you can stick the tape. And then the third one is the lateral slip of the plantar fascia, and then pulling that down through there. So this is just the way that I do it. I know there's lots of different ways to tape for plantar fascial pain. And then remembering again that she's got a cavus foot type, we don't want to be inverting with our straps going along the bottom. So starting back at the heel, with this foot type, I'm pulling even pressure up both sides. And look, if you want to, we could also just be squeezing the fat pad a little bit with that as well. So how we squeeze the fat pad is just starting on the lateral side, then squeezing in and coming up through the medial side, but again, trying not to invert the foot too much. And then sometimes for the fat pad, I'll even start on the medial side and come around to the lateral side as well. So we can have that squeezing in there too. And then we're going to come along the arch of the foot. So each piece of tape, as we're pulling our even pressure up each side, just goes halfway along the one before. Coming up through there. So we'll do one more of those with even pressure, sort of till we get to the tarsometatarsal joints. And then when we get to the front, then we're just going to evert the front of the foot a little bit. It might be too tight. Bringing that back across there, and then just one more, so we're finishing that just back behind the first MTP joint. There we go. All right, so that'll give the patient a fair bit of relief. They can leave that on for a few